What is inside this 480 feet above the ground and 4,500 years old pyramid? That researchers sent a robot with a camera inside just to see it. The robotic camera stopped at one spot because there was a stone slab right in front of it. Researchers believe there must be some secret hidden behind this slab, buried for the past 4,500 years. They were determined to uncover this secret at any cost, so they attached a drill machine to the robot, which drilled a large hole in the stone slab. Then, a camera was sent through this hole, revealing a scene on the other side that no one had seen in the last 4,500 years. Introduction to Egyptian Pyramids. Welcome back to the channel MDTV. In Egypt, there are a total of 138 towering pyramids that have withstood dozens of earthquakes and deadly storms over thousands of years, yet not one has shifted even an inch. The tallest and largest among them is known as the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its base covers 13 acres, meaning astonishingly, not one or two, but 9 entire football fields could fit inside this pyramid. According to experts, it was built using a total of 2.3 million massive stones, many weighing up to 50 tons each. If you estimate its total weight, the pyramid weighs 6 million tons, equivalent to the weight of 12 Burj Khalifas. But what was the ultimate purpose behind building such tall and magnificent pyramids? Thousands of years ago, when humans didn't even have basic tools, how were the pyramid walls leveled inch by inch? How were 50-ton stones cut into square shapes and lifted 480 feet high without cranes? And who were the engineers behind it all, making the pyramids earthquake-proof while aligning all sides exactly at a 51.5-degree angle? You'll learn all this in today's video, so let's get started. Challenge number 1. Perfect alignment. For centuries, various research teams have been racking their brains to understand the pyramid's construction techniques. How were its sides aligned exactly north, south, east, and west without a compass? Many experts believe the architects of that time first selected land strong enough to bear the weight of millions of tons of stone. Then, using the pole star, the star that reveals Earth's poles, they marked every side of the pyramid. No compass, no optical instruments, just this basic technique perfectly aligned the pyramid's directions thousands of years ago with zero margin for error. Challenge number 2. Leveling the ground. The next challenge was leveling the ground. If the 13-acre site for this pyramid was even slightly uneven, erecting a mountain of 2.3 million stones would have been impossible. Back then, engineers had no laser levelers or bulldozers. Experts believe they built walls around the construction site, filled them with water, and matched the water levels from one side to the other. Any ground section not matching the water level was chiseled and hammered down to level it. Many experts think ancient Egyptians also used a simple tool: wooden frames on both sides with a stone hanging from a rope in the exact center. If the stone touched the ground and the rope aligned perfectly in the center line, it meant the ground below was perfectly level. Challenge number 3. Cutting massive stones now. With directions set, markings done, and ground leveled at the pyramid construction site, it was time to start building, which required millions of tons of massive stones. But they had no grinders or chainsaws to cut them. Yet they not only cut 50-ton stones, but shaped them into squares or rectangles. How? It was all thanks to a simple plant. Experts say the chisels used in pyramid construction weren't just made of copper. They knew copper was too soft to cut stone. So they added a chemical called arsenic. These copper arsenic chisels were hammered onto stones with wooden mallets, and after hours of hard labor, the massive stones were shaped perfectly. Challenge number 4. Transporting limestone. This special stone, now called limestone, was quarried 250 kilometers away in the city of Tura. The real challenge was transporting it to Giza. Each stone weighed 50 tons, or 50,000 kilograms, roughly the equivalent of 3 passenger buses, and millions were needed for just one pyramid. No animals of that era could handle such weight, and trucks didn't exist. Even modern transport companies would consider this a top-tier project. Astonishingly, it was done using boats and ships. They utilized the river between Tura and Giza, loading stones onto massive vessels and shipping them to THE Pyramid site. Experts say this wasn't easy. Loading and unloading such huge stones likely required an army of at least 500 workers at once. Challenge number 5. Lifting to great heights. The expert team researching pyramid construction had answered many questions, but one haunted them. Limestone was quarried, transported, and stacking had begun. But how were the stones lifted to such heights? Many experts believe it was planned from the start, either via spiral tracks or zigzag ramps. One thing is certain: 50,000 kilogram stones were pulled up by armies of workers. Challenge number 6. Cutting granite. It wasn't just about cutting limestone with chisels and hammers or transporting massive stones. The pyramid also had internal compartments, passageways, and small tunnels. Everything seemed feasible, but one thing stunned experts. The stones in the inner compartments weren't limestone. They were granite. Yes, granite, the second hardest stone after diamond, which even today can't be cut without large grinders. Archaeological experts from around the world visited the pyramid, but none could figure out how Egyptians cut such solid granite so precisely 4,500 years ago. Finally, after years, experts solved the mystery. They cut granite with a saw that had no teeth. Yes, weights were placed on both sides of this toothless saw, which was run over the granite with sand, grit, poured in the middle. Experts estimate it took 4 months to cut such a large stone this way. Closing teaser. So, what was the true purpose of building the pyramids? How many workers toiled at once? And what scene did the robotic camera uncover behind the stone slab, unseen for 4,500 years? Learn all this and more in part 2 of this video. Thanks a ton for your loving comments and likes. See you in the next amazing part.